hello and welcome to this really wild ride by flomotion. So just follow me into After Effects. Hey, hello and welcome to this really fun ride by flomotion. So just follow me into After Effects. Hey, hello and welcome to this wild ride by flomotion. Hey, hello and welcome to this really fun ride by flomotion. So just follow me into After Effects. Hey, hello and welcome to this wild ride by flomotion. So just follow me into After Effects. So what about having some fun today? Hey, and learning something along the way, because I thought I'm going to show you how to create those animal riding videos, but in the same time show you 5 After Effects tricks that you may not know about. So let's do this. Oh, hey, and at the end I will also announce the winners of GeoTracker from my last tutorial where I showed you how to track your head and add a CG helmet. Okay, now let us start with the dragon, because this shows the principle of all of this. So bring it in, and hey, this is loopable, so let's just copy this a few times. No. Hey, here's trick number 1. Go to the footage file in our project window. Right click, interpret footage, main, and down here you find loop. So let's just loop this 10 times. So we have our dragon flying. Now let's bring in the green screen clip. And as you see, we have a lot of different green tones, as I had to combine different green screens. When trying to key this does not really do a great job. Honestly, half of the green tones are semi-transparent now. What a mess. But hey, ever thought about adding another key light right after the first one? Well, we don't have any green tones now to pick from. Well, we have. So let's just set the first key light effect to intermediate result, which will disable the spill correction. And now we have all the green tones that the first one did not pick. Ready for our second key light. And yes, exactly. We can leave that on final result and it will spill correct all of this. And now we just need to mask out the parts that are in front of me. And in this case, it's just the head of the dragon. Let's also bring in a video background. And this, as well as all the other clips we are using today, are from Envato. And I have a link for you in the video description that saves you some money when buying and helps me just a little bit to get super rich.
Like a boss, like a boss. I rock designer and my...
Perfect. We have our first shot, or well, first frame done. And for the tracking of this, let's jump to the next example, because here I can show you the third trick. And please let me know, how many of those tricks did you already know? So let's track this one here with a simple 1-point tracker. Right click on the footage, go to track and stabilize, and well, track motion. So that leaves us with one tracker. And yes, most of you may know this, but if you give me 20 seconds, you will think, so, well, at least now you know. The small box defines our search pattern, so that dot here. And we are looking for that dot in the bigger box in the next frame. So depending on how fast the footage or the animal is moving, you may want to make the second box even bigger. But you have to understand that it searches for the pattern of the first frame we defined. Even if we are tracking hundreds of frames, it will still compare it to the first one. So sometimes, for example, an animal walks through shadow areas, or as it bends, the shape also slowly transforms, and at one point it's not looking like the pattern we want to search. Why does it stop tracking? And this is exactly what we are doing in tip number 3. Because in the options for our tracker, we have a checker box for adapt features on every frame. So in the second frame, it looks for the pattern in the first frame. And in the third, it looks now for the pattern in the second. and not again on the first frame, and so on and so on. Well, as it says, it adopts the image data on each frame. So my tip here, always have that enabled. I have used it thousands of times and I found no reason why you should not have that enabled by default. So let's also create a tracking null where our data is stored later on. And let's track this forward. And once done, hit apply, and of course we want it in both dimensions. And we are sitting on a leopard, jaguar, tiger maybe, cheetah. Anyways, let's jump onto the squirrel for our next compositing trick. Again, I have done the same here and I'm already sitting on it. But it does not look integrated at all. The squirrel has a pretty hard rim light on that side. So let's fake this. But how? We could use a light sweep, which works perfect in many cases, but I want to have the light not in a line, but following my body shape. So here is compositing trick number 4, creating a light wrap on just a specific light direction. So let's copy me, and with the lumetri effect, let's bring up the exposure. Now I'm brighter overall. Okay, let's copy me once again and use that as an alpha matte for the brighter version of me. And all I have to do now is to drag the matte around for the effect I'm after. Hey, and with a Gaussian blur on the matte, I can create a nice and smooth fall off. Only one more tip to go, and this is a super practical one. You may have seen all those behind the scenes pictures of green dragon heads or whatever it is. But hey, I don't have an art department that's building those for me. So you have to come up with clever ways. And for my different shots here, I simply used the green screen I had lying around and put it over the edge of my couch. And for the more tricky parts, I simply used a green suit and filled it with a pillow that I also had lying around anyways. Hey, and some of them even come with a green hat, so you can really be creative. Okay, speaking of creative, why don't you just be a little creative now and place yourself on any kind of animal or monster or whatever you desire, and I would really love to see our results. But now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the winners of the Geo Tracker. Hello, Filmmaker Revolution. Or is it Filmmake Revolution? Anyway, I watched your stuff and you definitely deserve it. And hey, Christian Whitmer, you wanted to have the Slipknot masks, and as I'm also a big Slipknot fan, well, even have their logo tattooed somewhere. Hope you could see that. Well, here you go. I hope you can do something with this. And hey, I would also love to see some of your results. And for now, I wish you a lot of fun with your wild rides in After Effects.